and we are back with another episode in our Team Lotus F1 Manager series as we have reached the summer break. So 14 races down, 10 to go. We've got about 4 weeks off track and potentially upgrade the car. Although we're not going to be doing design work, the upgrades we're doing is, of course, for 2026. But are we potentially in a championship battle? And if we are, this summer break really depends on what our competitors are going to do. Are they going to design the car for this year and for the second half or the final 10 races? Because if they do, then we very much can't compete for the championship. But if you're jumping back in or you're new around here, you like what you see and you're not already, please do subscribe to the channel. If you like the content, please do smash a like on the video. It really does help me out. Just trying to get this video to at least 15 likes. That would really help me out. So if you are watching, please just take a minute to smash that like button and get involved down below in the comments. But as I say, let's progress. And there's going to be quite a bit of work that we might have to do off track because it's 4 and a bit weeks until we get to Zandvoort. But as we can see there, last time out, Liam Lawson secured his second win of the series. And as we see it in all its glory, so 25 points. So Liam Lawson up to 5th in the Drivers' Championship. Danny Ricciardo stays 2nd, but Valtteri Bottas crashed out, so we actually gain on him. So I do think the McLaren, Red Bull, Ferrari, Mercedes will probably make upgrades in this summer break. So we will drop back. So I'm not expecting us to fight for the Drivers' Championship, even if we were. Bottas has got a very handsome lead there, hasn't he? So it looks like it's a Bottas championship. Constructors, really the same. Mercedes nearly got 100 points on us. So, yeah, it depends how much upgrades, I guess, McLaren, Ferrari and Red Bull do. And potentially we might still be able to fight for 2nd in the championship. We are going to at least finish 5th. So, yeah, we're going to finish, I feel, anywhere between 2nd and 5th. But with, what, 110 points to Red Bull and 100 points on Ferrari, I guess P3 is probably looking pretty good. It's, whether McLaren are going to start outperforming us as we get into these final 10 races. But we shall soon see. Okay, so the investigation into the wind tunnel is now complete. They did discover a fault that would have escalated or could have escalated over time. With that resolved, I'm more than happy to start up all car part design projects again. Great, so that means we can get back on with some research projects. Although it's still saying there's a temporary shutdown, so perhaps we've got to progress until we can do that. Here we go. Now we can do some more research. So what have we done? We've done 2 on the front wing. We've done 1 on side pods. So let's get some of that going. And I think we'll go for a little bit drag reduction, slight engine cooling. And that looks pretty good to me. One engineer, as always, $1 million on that one. I've still got 16 million in the bank, and we did buy some new car parts in terms of engine and ERS for Liam Lawson, so looking pretty good on that front. Final one we want to do is suspension, and we'll use this remaining CFD and wind tunnel time. And again, we'll do a bit on the drag reduction, tyre preservation, and won't do 2. We'll go for that, I think. And again, 1 engineer and another $1 million. So again, full projects underway for research, and we will finish another couple of those before we get to Zandvoort. Okay, we've just completed another research project, so we're going to go in and do our 3rd iteration of a front wing. Got no CFD or wind tunnel time, but I am going to use it because we've got to wait 17 days, so it's not close enough for us to wait. So let's go for this. We'll go for that. Again, 1 engineer and another $1.8 million. So spending a bit of money here. I don't want to go under $10 million. I just want to keep some money in reserve, so we should have enough for that last research project before we get back racing again. Okay, there's some tension between Liam Lawson and GP, so let's acknowledge. So we intervene. Tension may improve. Let's try and intervene, see what happens. See what happens, see what our intervention has done there. Okay, research on the rear wing is now completed. So again, we've got another slot. This will be the final one before Zandvoort. And I think we will do another underfloor. And we'll go with that. 1 engineer again and another $1 million. There we go. 4 research projects underway. They will now complete the next 2 in 16 days. So that'll be post Zandvoort. So no more design or research to do before we get back out on track. Ooh, and Diego has gone up to 92 overall. Lovely jubbly. Okay, so we are ready to go to Zandvoort today. And looking at the car analysis, I don't think the rest of the grid are upgrading their 2025 cars. So perhaps the game has engineered it where the AI do focus on 2026, because in that 4.5 week break, doesn't look like we've moved. We're still showing us first on low speed and third for medium and high speed. And what I'll do also, I'll bring up now, as you can see in the background, this is in the editor, so you can actually see our design work there is completely flatlined. So you can see we've certainly not upgraded this car. You can also see what the other teams are doing there. So some have improved but then decreased. So it's just interesting to look at. But as you can see, that is evidence that we've not designed this car now for a good number of races, and we won't until the end. But because no one else has, or at least they've not pushed way beyond us, perhaps we can still challenge for podiums and wins for the remaining 10 races of this season. So that is quite good news for us. So who knows what we can achieve in these final 10. But we're going to find out what we can do here in the Netherlands as we set our race targets. It's 10th for Danny Rick. It's 9th for Liam Lawson. Let's start practice.
Fuck is green. Fuck is green.
So a very wet Zandvoort as we get practice underway and chase down, hopefully, 100% setup satisfaction on both drivers. Liam Lawson's had an early lockup. Did this last time out as well, didn't he? But shouldn't cost us because it's in practice. He hasn't crashed. Just simply a lockup. So we should get away with that. Oh no. We've just made a massive mistake.
So eyes on dash.
It was wet weather. Ricciardo completed his first runs. We then got him in to change the setup and sent him back out and forgot to change his tyres. We did it on Liam Lawson, but we didn't put Ricciardo on dry compound tyres. Went out, got a puncture on those wets because it's dry, and couldn't bring the car back. So he's retired with quite a bit of time to go in the session. So that's going to cost him, no doubt. There we go, look, we're only 22 minutes into this session. So big error from us, and that might cost Ricciardo, certainly in terms of track acclimatization and car setup, but we'll see if we can recover. We now have a red flag in practice 2, so that's going to be end of session, and we don't actually see why. So I don't know who that was in the end, but that is a red flag, and practice 2 is ended, so Liam Lawson loses out on some track time as well. Oh, Daniel Ricciardo, what now? Practice 3. He's crashed again.
Oh, okay.
He loves that corner, the broken wrist corner. Danny Rick is out. Oh no. And I think we're literally 5 minutes into this third practice. We're a minute in.
VSC deployed.
That could be another gearbox as well. Luckily, we were running very warm parts on Ricciardo, so they were about to break anyway, but he's going to have no good setup and no good track acclimatization, so it's going to be a struggle for Ricciardo from here. Okay, the end of a bit of a chaotic practice session, and look at this then. Danny Rick, only 32% on track acclimatization. We don't know his setup. Car parts knowledge, of course, 100% because we've not updated the car for a while, but his driver prep currently at 50%. That's probably the worst we've had all year, including sprint races, so lots of work for him to do as we head to qualifying. A lot better on Liam Lawson's side. I think the driver prep, I don't think it's working correctly though, because shouldn't be 100% because he's got 100% on car parts knowledge, 92% track acclimatization, 94% setup satisfaction. So not quite 100% on all of them, but still pretty well set up as we head into qualifying next. Danny Rick has done a chassis and front wing that we've just changed, a rear wing as well. Underfloor has stayed intact, but he'd already broken that early on. And yeah, the ERS and gearbox have gone, but they were worn ones anyway. So we'll put the other engine in. As you can see, this ERS was worn. He probably is going to need another ERS before the end of the season. But he is now on his final gearbox. That gearbox wasn't worn that much, so definitely going to need another gearbox as well, which he may as well pay for now. We're not going to use, but we may as well pay for. So yeah, all his good parts are now on, so we're ready to go for qualifying. Okay, we're coming out of the garage very early here, and that is because, looking at this, it is going to get wet in about 5 minutes time. So now is the time to set the laps. So let's get these out, and the whole grid is coming out, which is good because that means we shouldn't have any traffic, although we might gain a bit on Hulkenberg across this lap. Oh, we've got another red flag. Who is this?
Red flag, follow the reference please.
Dragovic. Hamilton's got damage, but it's Dragovic who's caused a red flag. Ricciardo has set his time, but here we are, but Lawson didn't. He might have been almighty close to setting a time, Lawson, before this happened from Dragovic. But what this means is, now with the time shifting, this could mean we now start at rain. So yeah, Lawson was right behind Ricciardo, so he must have been so close to setting that time. Alright, let's see where we sit then. Okay, it looks... Well, no, it's damp. The track is damp. Yes, so it's going to be wet all the way through now. So Ricciardo, no point going out. Lawson... Might as well try and set a lap on these inters. And hope that it's going to be good enough. As the laps come in now, Lawson is 8th at the moment. I'm going to get him out on another lap there. Don't know if we're that safe. We're 9th at the moment with Lawson. This should be a cleaner lap though. Shouldn't be any traffic this time round. So Lawson, currently 9th, goes up to 6th. And that should be good enough. Does mean Hulkenberg in the RB is going to get through, of course. Because he set a lap on softs as well. On dry compound tires. Not sure why he's still going out. Drogovic is out. So there might be a surprise in this first Q1 session. Well, in fact, it doesn't look like anyone's going to go out. Back out again for another run. So it is as we see it now. For the end of Q1. So no real surprises there. Apart from maybe seeing Nico Hulkenberg into Q2. I'm not sure why we've got a penalty with Danny Rick. Don't know why that is, because we've not added any new parts. And I don't believe we got a penalty last time out. So I'm not sure why we've got a grid penalty, but I hope that's not another bug, because we did see that before in Season 1 with Lewis and Max. Q2, and again, it's going to get wetter, so we want to get straight out on these inters.
Fuck is green.
And Ricciardo had a bit of traffic to contend with. Lawson is the first one out, so he's got a very clean lap. A yellow flag. Charles Leclerc is locked up. That could be costly as it gets wetter. Got to get these laps done.
And there's the lockup.
And yeah, that's that lap gone for Charles. He's got to go into the pits. He's got to come back out. That could cost him. And Ricciardo's getting bogged down behind Magnussen here. So where does Ricciardo go? He goes P2 for now. Who should be pretty good. Oh no! Nico! Nico, the hero in Q1 for RB, has crashed. He's kept it going though. He's still in the session. Charles Leclerc is now coming out of the pits. It's about to get wetter, so... Yeah, this could be touch and go for Charles Leclerc. By the time he starts his lap, it's going to be a lot wetter. Well, 2 minutes to go again, and I don't think anyone else is going out. Charles did not set a quick... Well, he went quicker, but not quick enough, so Charles Leclerc is going to be knocked out because of that mistake. He's going to qualify P16, but we are through to Q3 with both drivers. Okay, we've just sent the drivers out, and they've done a bank lap. It is actually in this session going to get drier, so we used a scrub set of inters. We're saving the fresh set when it dries out a little bit. So we'll see how we go. Yeah, so as you can see, the track is now dropping. Let's get them both out. There's no one else coming out here. The rest of the grid have opted not to come out. So it's just Team Lotus for these final runs in Q3 then. And it's going to be Liam Lawson who starts. And he's currently P9, 1.3 off Piastri, who's on pole. Ricciardo only a 10th or so away off pole. So if we get some purple sectors, we're getting very excited here. But if Danny Rick gets some greens, that could be very close as well. Bottas Championship leader, currently 3rd. Russell 5th. So if we can start above both of the Mercs, we'll be very happy as Liam Lawson does go purple through that first sector. The track has dried out by about 0.5 millimeters, 0.6 since these guys set their laps. Ricciardo goes quicker. 26.6 for Lawson, 26.6 for Ricciardo. So what was that? About 300s in favour of Ricciardo. Could just be a 1-2 here in Zandvoort for Team Lotus to see what these middle sectors are going to be. It's another purple though. This is looking very good. The track drying all the time. Ricciardo takes that purple, 26.3. There are a couple of attempts now in favour of Ricciardo, but this could still very much be a 1-2 as Liam Lawson comes off this final banking then and will head onto the straight to the finish line. Liam Lawson, he's about to cross the line. He goes provisionally P1. But what is Danny Ric going to do? He replaces him by 2.5 temps. But that is a P1 and P2 for Team Lotus. For some reason, the rest of the grid didn't go out. That was the best time to go out because the track had dried out a little bit. The Inters were performing better. So it looks like a big gap to Piastri, but that's because we got the benefit of the track. But we take it. It's first for Danny Ric. It's on pole for Danny Ricciardo. Second for Liam Lawson. Third for Oscar Piastri. Fourth for Max Verstappen. Fifth for Valtteri Bottas. Sixth for George Russell. Seventh for Carlos Sainz. Eighth for Lewis Hamilton. Ninth for Fernando Alonso. And 10th for Lando Norris. And as we saw, Charles Leclerc all the way down in 16th. As I said, I'm a bit concerned that Danny Ric has got a penalty because I don't know why that's popped up. We haven't put any new parts on that would give us a penalty. I'm not sure why we've got the grid penalty and how severe that is, but we're about to find out. So it's a 10-place grid penalty for Danny Ric. And actually, his setup is pretty good. So it's 98%, so we're happy with that. But he's not got a new gearbox because you get 4 this year, don't you? You still get 4. It's the free engines. Yeah, so I don't know why that is. Yeah, I'm not quite sure why it's given us a penalty, really, because we're within the free engines. We've already used that 30 RS and the gearbox, so I can only think we were given a penalty for something for crashing. Well, no, because the crash was independent in practice and we ran out of fuel. So I'm just hoping this is not a bug and we were given some penalty for what happened in the last race. But we may as well start in the pit lane again and we may as well use this new gearbox and take the penalties now. If we're starting 10th anyway, I feel we may as well do this and start at the back of the grid and start in the pit lane. So Danny Ric does well to get a pole, but he's going to start from the pit lane again. Got all the way to P3 last time out. So let's see what he can do this time. Right, here we go then. Strategy is set. Danny Ric only has 1 soft tyre, so I did want to go soft, medium, soft with him as well. That's what we're doing on Lawson. So a 2-stopper, starting soft on light, then mediums, then light again on the softs. That's the quickest way we could work out round here. Wanted to do the same with Danny Ric, but he's only got 1 set of softs, so we've had to go medium, softs, then mediums with Danny Ric. And of course, he's going to start from the pit lane, so he's got a recovery drive to do again. But Liam Lawson will now start on pole, replacing Danny Ric with that grid penalty. So let's see how we go in this one. So Liam Lawson is going to be starting on pole here. And we've got a McLaren behind us in Oscar Piastri. Lights held for quite a while there. And we're watching Danny Ric start from the pit lane, but we really want to be watching Lawson to see if he can hold off Oscar Piastri into this first corner. And he does, and it looks like Verstappen is having to go on Piastri. As Ricciardo is underway with Hulkenberg, who started from the pit lane as well. So yeah, Max has made a good start there. Championship leader Bottas in 5th. Van Dorn is locked up and he is now dead last. So that's given a position to Danny Ric.
Oh, all right so far. Very heavy on the brakes.
Oh, and the other Alpine got caught out by that as well, Drugovic. Yeah, the only problem with the pit lane start I've noticed in this game since I've implemented is they start too late in terms of, you know, normally in Formula 1, they get going a lot quicker than that from the pit lane. Right, so Max Verstappen is the car now in 2nd place. He's getting a nice toe. And in front of his home crowd, he's going down the inside and he's going to take the lead of the race. So Max Verstappen leads. He's on the softs as well. We have got to manage this soft though, so I'm not going to push that too much more. And Ricciardo has got past Drugovic finally.
Daniel Ricciardo. There's the opening.
Lawson just about staying in DRS. As Max covers off that inside, but not quite enough. He left enough of the door open, and Liam Lawson's going to sneak on the inside to reclaim the lead. And Piastri is back past Russell, so it's 3 seconds the lead, or the top 2 lead from 3rd place onwards. Yes, you can visibly see those other cars in the background now, led by Piastri.
Did just get DRS.
As we say, we look at Lawson. He's on the softs. He's got 15%. Max is really pushing those softs. He's got 4% on Piastri. Lawson's even got 2% on Russell. And one, I was saying with Bottas, but on a slower, softer compound. So managing the tyre deg very well. So again, Max may well get past us here. As we see those other three cars. Sainz has dropped back a little bit now. So it looks like it's going to be a battle between the top 5. As Max and Lawson continue this battle. Could this be a battle we see in real life in 2025 in the same machinery? Is Lawson bound for that second seat in Red Bull?
Gap 2 seconds.
Perez knocked down SQ1 again. It looks like we've got 2 retirements. Oh dear. Teo Pourchaire and Perez. We're talking about Perez. He's in the wall in that Williams. And we've got a safety car very early on here. That could help Max Verstappen, who's absolutely obliterated his softs. Literally mentioned Sergio's name. And what has happened here? Oh, he's just absolutely rear-ended Teo. Perez forgets where the brake pedal is.
And just like that,
brakes too late. And straight into the gearbox of Teo Pourchaire. And both Sergio Perez and Teo are out of this race. You viewed, hello buddy, how's it going? Hope you're well. And that's a nasty one. They are both out. What for? I think it was Charles. Charles got knocked out in Q2, so he's still bogged down out there. I think it's too early for us to pit.
Looks like quite a big accident, yeah. So just look out for any debris along this section.
The pit loss, even halved, unless everyone pits, but it's very early. Lewis, thanks for the follow. Where are we on the track map here with Lawson? Here we go. We're about to come round. Are we going to see Max? If I was Max, I'd be in the pits. So this will be interesting. He does pit. Now, what is Russell? Russell pits. Piastri pits.
Russell is pitting.
Good to hear you, Viewed. Good to hear, buddy. I think it's too early. Too early for us. The whole grid are pitting though. They're taking that effectively free pit stop. But look where it's promoted Ricciardo.
Currently P1.
Okay, they've got fresher tyres now, but Ricciardo, certainly we shouldn't have pitted with Ricciardo. And Lawson, potentially we should have, but I just feel it's too early for our strategy.
Keep looking after your tires. You did a very good job.
Safety car's ended then, so Lawson is going to choose when to bolt here. He's leaving it as late as possible. That is wise, and he's gone. Looked pretty good, to be fair.
Until the line.
Looked very good.
Stop the lift off, please.
Okay, understood.
So we are back underway then, lap 10. So it's now Bottas, the championship leader, who's in second, so he might have benefited from that. Verstappen, though, is in fourth on those fresh tyres.
Thoughts on tyres?
Ricciardo's got up to P7, so he's jumped a car. Russell. Damo, thanks for the follow. We get the nose cam on. George Russell. Good work. So, yeah, certainly not pitting Ricciardo is work, because he started 22nd up to 7th, and he's only used, what, 23% tyre life, so I'm pretty happy with that. And Ricciardo gets past Sainz.
We're able to take a look here, and we're watching Daniel Ricciardo.
So Ricciardo's finding a groove now. That is audacious from the Honey Badger.
And fifth place.
So Ricciardo's up to 5th,
this time.
but we've used all the battery, so we're going to have to go a bit of top up there as well.
Reminder on the battery. Charge on.
So Bottas will be getting past us here. Don't think we can do anything to defend from Valtteri, who's having a bit of a push. So down to P2, Verstappen looking very handy, who's already pitted. I think Piastri stopped as well, didn't he? Yeah.
Just keep your head down.
And maybe we have made the wrong call with Lawson, but we shall wait and see. Where do we want to be here? Lap 25, didn't we, with Danny Rick? And lap 23 with Lawson. As Max Verstappen is getting back involved now. Someone who did pit under the safety car, along with Piastri. And they are looking very good at this stage.
Okay, crack on. Piastri behind.
So Russell... So the next car that did is Alonso, who's behind Ricciardo. And then it's Norris and Russell. Russell's got bogged down a bit in traffic, though. 7 seconds off the lead. Tyres down to 84% already. But if I was Max, I'd be trying to get in the lead and then just attack on those tyres, because he's got such a good tyre margin now. He can really push for the win. So we might live to Roux not coming in for that safety car pit stop. Definitely Ricciardo, it was the right choice.
DRS.
But Alonso looking very handy now. But he is on the softs and he's pretty much obliterating them because he took 21% out in a few laps. Ricciardo only 1.8 actually of joining this this top 4. So who knows how far Ricciardo can go here. As Lawson is trying to battle Bottas. Max has got the lead. So I think Max might be able to break the DRS here because he's got that good tyre margin, 79%. So he's got 22% on Bottas, 20% on ourselves. Alonso's got past Ricciardo. But he's really pushing on those softs, so not too much we can do about this. But at this stage, he'll probably go past the deg of Ricciardo and have to stop again before us. Unless he starts to go through a managing phase. But I think Danny Rick is going to get pulled along by Alonso, and Alonso's going to get in Piastri's DRS, and the top 5 might all
Update on tires,
be together.
Okay, understood.
Although Lawson is being challenged by Piastri, who is another that did stop under the safety car.
Copy.
We'll get back.
Ricciardo's back past Alonso. Where's that happen on track? Lovely work from Ricciardo.
Straight into management.
I think Ricciardo's going to be past Lawson. Alonso probably as well. And there goes Ricciardo. Let's hope our two teammates do not collide here. Of course, Lawson will now benefit from the DRS here, which will mean Danny Rick is under pressure. Alonso will have DRS as well. So this could get nasty. And Bottas reclaims the lead. Here we go. This could be 3 wide. I don't think Alonso's going to find much room in there, is he? No, he has to dip back in, but he might be back past Danny Rick.
Just head down. Door is behind you.
We've got 4 laps. I'm just thinking we might have to attack and just use this tyre. Because
Just push, please.
Lawson is causing Ricciardo lose a bit of time here. They've dropped 4 seconds on the leaders, top 3. So let's just see if we can close that gap, and we might have to box a little bit earlier than we want to. Leclerc got some damage and now a fault, so not going well for Ferrari. What's the tyre life of these up the front? Bottas down to 46%, same as Lawson and Danny Rick. Alonso already down to 50. Verstappen's using a lot of that tyre life though.
Okay.
And try to cool down the tires where you can. It's slightly coming up.
Right, here we go again. It's Alonso who's going to come out on top this time. Lawson stays ahead of Ricciardo still.
Copy.
And will Alonso be able to bolt away here? I don't think Alonso will be an issue in the long term. It's just because he's benefited from the safety car. He's got a bit of tyre delta on us. But once that balances out, I think we'll be clear of him. Russell's now 2.4 back. Now he's going to go longer, so again, he might be a threat. Going to be interesting once we get to the final stints to see where we're at. But yeah, it's staying about 4 seconds to the top 3. My footy team I support is playing today in the FA Cup. Who is that football editor? What round are we at in the FA Cup? Gainsborough Trinity. Is it still a qualifying round, or is there first official round yet?
Gap at 4 seconds.
So Lawson back past Alonso, but again, Alonso will get the benefit of the DRS. Piastri sets the fastest lap of the race, and he leads, and he's out of DRS. Fernando on the inside. Oh, God, I don't like free wide. I do if Fernando comes out last of it, though. And we do. We worked that well in the end. The biggest gap really is Tsunoda to Norris. And the group of Hamilton, Russell and Norris are gaining on these guys.
So box, pick confirm.
I'm going to box Lawson because I just think he's losing way too much time out there.
Get ready.
Okay.
Especially with Sainz pitting. We don't want an undercut on us.
Honestly, I don't think we can do much more.
Okay, head down. We keep focusing.
Oh, it's a slow rear right. It's not that bad. It's about a second and a bit too long, but problem is when you're boxing, we're coming out in a lot of traffic here. Oh dear. We really don't want to be behind on 4 cars here. No. Oh, that is something, isn't it there? Right, Lawson's going to have to get aggressive here. That's not ideal, but he's around the outside of Gasly.
Car behind. Gap behind 4 seconds.
He's going to have to make light work of these because he's going to lose so much time.
We need a little bit more lift off, please.
Understood.
Ricciardo's going to get some DRS on Alonso. Might well get back past him. They're only 2 seconds back on Bottas now. Bottas is going to stop shortly. Right, here comes Lawson. Really needs to get past this Alpine, and he's not. And they're even getting past Charles Leclerc. Oh, Lawson, that's nice though. That is an aggressive run. Right, that's another one picked up. Is it? Yes. Right, so past Charles Leclerc, we've got to get Van Dorn and Drugovich. And then the rest are spaced out, so the DRS should be a little bit easier to get past them. I'm going to get Danny Rick in this lap. Lawson round the outside of Van Dorn, still hasn't got this done. Come on. But he should now get DRS on Drugovich, who hasn't got DRS on Stroll. So this should be easier. Oh, he did just get DRS, so maybe not. Later braking though from Lawson. Let's get it done. Now he's on to Stroll, and then there's a 4-second gap. And we've got a yellow flag, and someone else is out. It's a virtual safety car. This will be perfect.
Virtual safety car.
This is perfect for Ricciardo.
Okay.
Okay, maximum focus on cooling down.
Nico Hulkenberg has binned it. Oh, Nico. That's a bit like Ricciardo when he broke his wrist. Right, virtual safety car. But is that now going to benefit all the leaders again? You would think it would. Piastri and Verstappen already benefited from a full safety. Are they going to jump in for this virtual? Piastri decides not to. Max decides not to. Surely Fernando will be in. No. Well, that is a surprise. Right, Ricciardo's into the pits. He may well jump Bottas here, thanks to this virtual. No, another slow rear right. 3.7 again. So Bottas
Okay.
keeping to his delta.
Alrighty.
There he is. And Ricciardo is going to be out in front of him.
Sorry for that.
So that's worked very nicely for Danny Rick.
On DRS behind.
And we've both got DRS, but if we make this work, then that's very nicely indeed. Although it's now Alonso ahead of us on the same tyres. And then it's 5 seconds. Oh, hello. Lawson's going for it already, though. Don't mind us. And DRS open as well, so that should allow us to pull away from Fernando.
Okay, good job, thank you.
So that works well for us.
So let's take a look at the replay.
This was very aggressive
Watching
indeed.
the action closely here. The opportunity begging to be taken. And that's 10th place and up into the points.
Very good work from Lawson then. Back into the points. He's now 4 seconds, 5 seconds behind Bottas though. And hopefully on the start-finish straight we should be able to get this done, although we're doing a bit of what Lawson did do on Alonso. Let's go Hulkenberg on Aston on the podium too. Very nice. Oh, Bottas getting involved.
Just keep the head down on the way to...
Dips out of it.
Okay?
Can Tsunoda keep him behind? I don't think he can. So Bottas looking very racy now.
Alrighty.
But Bottas certainly pushing on those mediums. He'll be on the softs at the end.
Okay, good job.
But you
Okay,
don't want to...
P6.
He might have to put them on
Next
very
car,
early if he continues to abuse that medium, though. Let's go and see some free stoppers. And Lawson continues his battle with Alonso. They're 3 seconds back on K-Mag. A few of these will be coming into the pits in the next sort of 5 or 6 laps. What's Bottas tyres saying? Yeah, he is certainly using that medium. But he's going to try and get past Danny Rick here. We're not too concerned about this as long as we can stay with Bottas.
So we've got Magnussen
And
stopped.
Magnussen's jumped into the pit, so that's cleared him for Lawson. He won't lose any time there, and it's now 4.6 seconds to
This is my
Tsunoda.
pace.
Lawson, as George Russell is into the
Head down.
pits. So is Russell going to be... No, we should clear him. Lawson and Alonso should clear him.
You focus on your
He's not going to be too far off, is he, George? As Verstappen is in the pits now as well.
behind you is Yuki.
And Bottas and Ricciardo onto Hamilton, who jumps into the pits.
On the Hamilton has pitted.
Verstappen's having a very slow stop. That's nice for Lawson.
Now down to the pits.
And
There's
Lawson
been a
is going to get
hold-up.
past Tsunoda, who isn't yet into the pits. So yeah, comfortably clear for Verstappen and
Fantastic
Hamilton. Right, nearly halfway through this one. And Piastri jumps into the pits then. So this battle between ourselves and Bottas is now going to be for the lead of the race. As I say, unfortunately, Liam Lawson a little bit too far back, but Ricciardo with DRS. Is he going to take the lead of this one in Zandvoort, round the outside of Valtteri, who we keep battling with race by race? And we have indeed. So we take the lead. So Lawson's fell 2 seconds back on Piastri. It was 6 seconds, now 8 seconds. Russell is now with us. But again, Russell... What's Russell done tyre-wise? Russell's gone medium, medium, soft. So it depends if he's got another set of softs left. He's definitely going to have free stop. He's not going to get those softs till the end. But yeah, we've now got Russell, Norris, and Verstappen. Verstappen's dropped off quite a bit, considering he's leading. He's now in a net 7th place, really. He's
So
not
we
really
just
got
have to,
tyre margin on
get
those
head
ahead
down.
of him, so... As Bottas and Ricciardo swap position again. And Lando Norris sets the fastest lap of the race, and he's passed Lawson as well. So Lawson has just lost out to Russell and Norris there.
Okay, just stay focused.
Right,
So we're
then,
about to
you
see
take
it.
a look now. Okay, so heading into turn 1 here.
Yeah, they just
The
used the
opportunity's there.
slipstream. Both had DRS. Norris just used George Russell. Got some lapped. We've got some cars to lap as well coming out. Van Dorn and Joe. So I'm hoping if I get past Bottas here, try and push away from him, then start getting DRS on the back markers to break the DRS 1 second. So here he goes again.
No more lift off required.
Danny Rick. He's got to get past this time.
Overtake available.
He does, and now he's got to push. Got to use all the tools there. Fuel, tyre life, and his battery. And try and break this DRS.
You're doing a good job. Okay, that's currently...
But Bottas
P1.
very much is staying with us. It's only 3 temps at the moment. Yeah, he's not going anywhere, is he, Bottas? I think he's definitely used his tyre life and battery as soon as we got past him. He doesn't want to lose that DRS. But we are now at the back markers. So we'll continue to use the DRS for now. The ERS, sorry. As the Alpine gets out of the way. Nicely for us. Does he get nicely out for Bottas? No, he's holding Bottas up. Oh, that is beautiful work. And the Haas is out of the way as well. Oh, and he's blocked in beautifully there. Bottas has just lost DRS. He's lost nearly 2 seconds. Because the back markers has done a beautiful job for Danny Rick there. That could have worked out better.
And try to cool down the tires.
Danny
where you
Rick gets
can
the fastest
really
lap with that
up.
push. And he's broken the DRS to Bottas, giving ourselves 1.8 seconds.
That was a very good lap.
And Bottas got... Yeah, he's used 11% more tyre life, so he's going to be into the pits a lot earlier than us. Ricciardo is looking very nice at the moment, but as we've seen already, safety cars can happen on this racetrack. Lawson, let's give him some battery here.
Hold the overtake.
Because Norris, I think, has just fell out of the DRS zone. That should be the detection zone. So Norris is going to be vulnerable here.
Norris ahead of you.
As we jump on board of Lawson. Oh, there we go.
Don't stress.
That's job done. Before we get anywhere near a corner. Lawson through into P5. Now he's just got to close up to George and do the same.
So currently P5.
Bottas pits. Alfie, thanks for the follow. Much appreciated, buddy. It's a slow. Was it slow? I think it's all right, actually. Where does Bottas come out, though?
Concentration, anything can happen still.
We had good 6 seconds now on Bottas, though, so I think we're fine to go to our pit window here.
Car ahead is Piastri.
And Lawson's got past Russell.
Now we're watching the action closely here. They decide to give it a go. Really, what fantastic
So we've broken out of the
driving
DRS
that
to
was.
Lando and now got the move done on George. So right, where do we go with Lawson then? We've got lap 50. He's got a little bit of time margin. We need a nice clean stop from the pit crew here. Piastri takes the lead of the race. Oh, slow. It's going to be awfully slow. No, it's slow, but not awfully slow. 4.4.
Okay.
Russell did pit.
Alrighty.
So Lawson...
Okay, sorry for that.
I wonder if we put him on the mediums.
Push now, push.
Right.
So it's currently...
So Ricciardo's out behind Lawson. I just want to see what tyres Russell has put on.
And directly behind you is Bottas.
Russell's gone mediums. Okay, that's interesting. We'll go softs and see how that turns out.
When you get to him, you can overtake.
So Bottas is 1.3 behind Ricciardo. He's on the softs, but he's at 89% on those softs. Our teammate's free to fight, but that's because Lawson's now going to jump into the pits. So we've got another yellow flag.
That's a fairly heavy accident.
It's not changing to a safety though, by looks of it. Lance Stroll. Is that it? It's a random one. I don't think there was an accident. Looks like Stroll went out wide. Maybe a bit of floor damage. Right, Lawson into the pits. Got another yellow flag. Verstappen's into the pits as well. Gasly's had a lock up in the other kick Sauber. .7. That's probably our best pit stop of the day, I think.
Racing, Russell.
Gasly must have clipped. We couldn't see it on that onboard then, but Gasly must have clipped Stroll because he's got a penalty. And George is just going to squeeze past. So George gets the undercut on Lawson there. Lawson's got to try and stay with George, stay in that DRS. And he pits. But he wasn't getting in the way there, was Pierre. And Bottas is going to try make the move for the lead of the race. Ricciardo tries to defend, but there's nothing we can do there. Bottas is through, but he is on the soft, so they're going to degrade a little bit quicker than our tyres. So we'll try and save a bit of tyre life behind him.
Okay, head down, no problem.
As long as we can stay in his DRS as Lawson is making the move on George Russell.
Need to drop the pace.
And his tyre life is only 1% worse than Danny Rick, so Piastri might not even be out of contention. We see him there in the picture. As Ricciardo takes the lead again. So we've got to be mindful of Oscar. If Oscar gets within sort of 2 seconds, we'll probably need to go for that attack with Ricciardo at that point. But at this phase, I just want to get a bit of tyre margin, build that battery back up. 13% the margin. Battery's at 53%.
Keep trying.
Russell's back past Lawson, but again, that's sort of the same thing going on over there between those two. So that one's going to go all the way to the end. Piastri 3.2 now, so he is gaining. And Bottas frustrated. There's a yellow flag again. It is a virtual safety car.
Manage your tires.
Okay.
I'm going to pit Lawson.
Deployed, dash positive.
For a laugh.
Dash positive.
We may as well have some fun here. Let's get Lawson in. Dragovic has retired. Atty, hi buddy. We don't see the crash, but he's had an off. Yeah, so we'll be behind Verstappen and Norris. Yeah, we'll be well clear of Hamilton. So Lawson, you know, that might lose us P4, but it's just to bring a bit of excitement to the race. So Bottas is certainly pushing as well, but we're just going to continue this push. We've got more tyre life to work with. So Bottas can only push for so long, and he'll have to drop off those tyres. Hamilton's got a mechanical fault.
Very good luck.
As Bottas is trying to reclaim the lead. He is going to reclaim the lead. Or is he?
Charge on.
Yes, just through the left-hand banking. He is going to reclaim the lead. But Ricciardo right there with him.
Honestly, I don't think we can do much more.
We can just save a bit of time margin while we sit behind him. And we'll push again. We're dropping Piastri, so Piastri's out of contention.
Okay.
Lawson, fastest lap of the race, a 1:10.3. 3 seconds quicker than Lando.
We do need a little bit of lift-off for the fuel.
Wow. So Lando, and a second and a half quicker than Verstappen. So I think Lawson very much will get those two.
Caution on the battery.
Copy.
Though we have used all that battery now, but that's fine. We'll go for a bit of top up with him.
Recharge on.
Okay, copy.
Right, here we go then. Danny Rick
You've got
for the
everything,
lead
you've got
again.
everything. Press on
We'll
hold
see how
available.
much battery Bottas has used to see how quickly he can come back
You
at
can
us.
still do it.
And there we go, Ricciardo back into the lead, but is Bottas going to stay with us again through this lap? There's 8 to go after this,
Good job. P1.
and we are slightly dropping him through this lap.
Copy.
It's up to 6 attempts to Bottas. I think he will get the DRS though, because the DRS detection zone is here, where we're about to
Get
go,
on tires, please.
and he will be in it, so he's going to still be with us.
Hang it on.
Atty, bye-bye, see you next live. No problem, buddy. It is lap 64. 64 of 72. Bottas is just out of DRS. He's just back in DRS. Oh, it's touch and go. I think he just about got it. Yes, he did. But Ricciardo is going to get DRS on these back markers shortly, so we're going to keep pushing. I think this is the moment. This is the moment to try and win this Grand Prix in Zandvoort. Lawson 3.4 off Norris, 5 off Verstappen. Good tyre life though, we can keep pushing on that. Oh, come on. This RB is doing us no favours. Now we need him to hold Bottas up though. Sonoda. And to be fair, he is holding Bottas up. Bottas just about still in 1 second though. He's just dropped out though, 1.1. 1.4, so this is looking good. We've used all the battery.
On the battery.
It's now 1.6 to Bottas though. Football header, it's a goal for Gainsborough. Good stuff. Big goal, big goal. Right, Ricciardo has got that DRS gap now. 2 seconds to Bottas. Can he do anything about that? Ricciardo looking good for the win. How far can we get Liam Lawson up this grid?
You are doing a good job managing all your tyres.
Gonna get DRS here.
Norris ahead.
Pushing Norris along here. We need to get out of that slipstream. Open the DRS. Norris
Okay, crack on.
goes aggressive to attack the inside, so we're going to swap over to the outside, and just about I think we're going to get that done with a superior grip on these tyres. Charlie, this is season 2,
Nicely done.
so race 14 I believe, or 15 of season 2. We've got 10 to go.
2.4.
But Lawson up to P6. It's now 2.2 to Max Verstappen, and then it'll be 6 seconds to George, so he's got to get on with this.
Tire temperatures.
This should be Max disposed of. And Russell's got a mechanical fault. Oh dear. He's got a gearbox issue. Is that going to slow him down? He's got 6 seconds. Lamarel, thanks for the follow. Much appreciated. Right, 6.2. We've got clear air. We're past Max Verstappen. So the best we were going to do with Lawson this race, if we didn't pit, was going to be 4th. The worst was going to be 5th, so we're in that range again anyway. Let's give us a bit of excitement to pit and get some pace in us. But we're going to have to go some now to catch George Russell. Ricciardo's on the final lap. He's got 7 seconds spare. It does look like Bottas is going to claim P2. But Lawson, it looks like we're just about going to run out of laps here. I think another lap or so, it would have been close. But as I say, we're going to finish P4 or P5 anyway, so I think pitting hasn't really cost us there. Got the fastest lap of the race as well. J Magic, hello. Hope you're well, buddy. Yeah, Russell looks like he's pushing now towards the end of this race. So it does look like it's going to be 5th that Lawson needs to settle for. But Ricciardo is going to round this final corner. He started last. He started in the pit lane, but it doesn't matter because he's going to win this race in Zandvoort from last to first. What a race. And he's happy. The Honey Badger is very happy. He is very happy with that, and so he should be.
On P0, when you can, please. Thank you.
He got the benefit of a couple of safety cars, and that really helped him out. The first safety car staying out, jumping a lot of the grid, and then the second virtual safety car allowed him to get a cheap pit stop. And Danny Rick started 22nd, started from the pit lane, and ends up winning the race. The other way around, really, for Lawson. Started first, goes down to 5th, but again, we took the decision not to pit under that first safety car. It was very early on, it was touch and go, and only that's what cost him, so he finished. What's that? A long way off Danny Rick in the end, didn't he? Yeah, 27 seconds off his teammate, so a long way off. We took the decision to take that second stop there at the end, not a second stop, but another stop at the end, and just gave us a bit of fun. We weren't able to track down and chase down Russell, but we still finished P5, and it was going to be P4 or 5 anyway. But what a win again for Danny Rick. What a result then. Danny Rick, actually I lied, he didn't start last because Hulkenberg started from the pit lane as well, just behind him, but still up 20 places. Danny Rick to win this one. What a result. As I say, we got a bit fortunate to do that. It obviously wasn't on raw pace. No way could we have done that. But we benefited. This first safety car jumped us about 10, 12 positions because we decided to stay out while everyone jumped into the pits. He then made those tyres work. Then we had a virtual and we took a cheap pit stop. And in the end, we battled Valtteri, but the tyre margin was so good for us that we managed to just basically outwit Valtteri by saving our tyres there. So Danny Rick wins it, Valtteri Bottas second, Oscar Piastri third, George Russell fourth, Liam Lawson started on pole, but as I say, we made a mistake in the end in hindsight by not pitting under that first safety car. Max Verstappen sixth, Lando Norris seventh, Fernando Alonso eighth, Lewis Hamilton ninth, and Carlos Sainz 10th. And I think Charles Leclerc did get to the end of the race with his banged up Ferrari, but finishes a 17th. So I don't know why they didn't retire that. And a bit of an instant packed race with obviously Sergio Perez taking out Teo Pourchaire, Hulkenberg having a crash later on or the middle of the race, and then Drugovich towards the end. So a few virtuals and safeties there in the race as well. Valtteri Bottas still leads the Drivers' Championship, and I have been saying I don't think we can fight for a championship this year. But who knows? Look at this. That gap is coming down. Danny Rick. And do we need to start doing a McLaren? Papaya rules. As we've got, what, 9 races to go? Because Liam Lawson is not going to challenge. And if we've got a chance of challenging for the championship, it's a bit similar to what the gap was between Lando and Max, wasn't it, as well? So, yeah, potentially we need, if we've got the chance to swap drivers, perhaps we need to start doing that. But it's Bottas who leads it. Danny Rick second, Oscar Piastri goes up to third on the same points as George Russell on fourth. Liam Lawson remains fifth, Max Verstappen sixth. His title defence is all but over. Lando Norris seventh, Charles Leclerc eighth, Lewis Hamilton ninth, and Carlos Sainz is 10th. Rest of the point scorers, Alonso 11th, Esteban Ocon 12th, Magnussen 13th, and Perez 14th. The rest yet to score. So K-Max got 1 point compared to Alonso's 39 in the Aston Martin. Constructors, Mercedes lead the way. This one looks like it'll be harder to chase down. Well, I think they'll both be hard to chase down, to be fair. But Mercedes remain first. No change in the top 3. We are second. McLaren third. Red Bull fourth. Ferrari fifth. Absolute awful race for them. Just 2 points. Aston Martin gained 4 in 6th. And Williams are on 3, and then the rest yet to score. So the Honey Badger strikes again. Last time out, started from the pit lane, got up to third. He goes even better, near enough a last to first challenge, and he wins this one. What an amazing race from Daniel Ricciardo. And is he now in a Drivers' Championship battle? Are we in a Constructors' Championship battle? Who knows? There's not too many races to go. 9, I believe, left. So let's see what happens in these remaining races. Thanks always for tuning in. If you haven't already, please do smash a like on the video. Really helps me out. Just trying to get this one up to at least 15 likes. So I would really appreciate that. And we'll be back very soon with the next episode in this Team Lotus F1 Manager series.